Hello, everyone. Welcome to the January 24th, 2022 regular board meeting for the Board of Water Supply. My name is Board Chair Brian Andaya. I'd like to take a moment to take a roll call of our board members who are present. Please say aye when I call your name. And because of the new requirement of the law, when you say aye, please disclose anyone who is with you present, if any. Vice Chair Kapuas Pro.
I am alone at my current location.
Thank you. Board Member Ray Soon.
And I'm here alone as well.
Board Member Max Sword. Board Member Naalehu Anthony.
Hi, and I'm here alone at this location.
Thank you. And Board Member Don Shuzek.
I am by myself at my location.
Thank you. All right, as other members may join. Oh, I'm sorry. Board Member Jade Buta.
And my doors are locked, so I'm alone in my office.
Okay, thank you. As additional board members may be joining, we will also note their presence. I would also like to note for the record that we do have a quorum as defined by the new law, which requires board members participating remotely to be visible on camera. All right, so board members who are calling or video conferencing, please mute your members. I'm sorry, everybody, please mute your microphone when you're not speaking. If you have a question or comment or wish to enter a motion or second a motion on an action item, please unmute your microphone and identify yourself before continuing to speak. Also in the room with us, our manager, Ernest Lau, and Board Secretary, Joey Cruz Achu. Joining on WebEx to monitor public testimony is Mr. Steven Nordstrom, Information Specialist 2 with our Communications Office. And joining us by telephone conference and or WebEx are Jeff Lau and Jessica Wong, both from the City and County Corporation Council Department. As a reminder again, for those that are participating remotely, please mute your microphone if you already have not. If you encounter any technical issues during today's meeting, please use the WebEx chat to send a direct message to our support team. Their names are listed in a message to all WebEx participants. To open the chat window, please click or tap on the text bubble icon on the right side of the WebEx toolbar. Before beginning today's meeting, I'd like to state that this board is dedicated to providing safe, dependable, and affordable water supply now and into the future. The following procedures are in effect for this meeting, given the applicable emergency proclamations issued by the state and the city. Testimony can be submitted as follows. We were accepting written testimony, mail testimony, online testimony, and we are accepting currently telephone testimony during the meeting. The number to call if you'd like to participate via telephone is 808-748-6040. You will be placed in a queue and brought up to testify one at a time. Unfortunately, we are not accepting in-person testimony at this time because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Again, the number to call if you would like to testify is 808-748-6040 and await further instructions. Materials are available for this meeting as required by HRS section 92.7.5. They are accessible at www.boardofwatersupply, spelled out, .com/board meetings. This meeting is also viewable via live streaming on our website, which is www.boardofwatersupply.com/live. Today we have 4 items on our agenda that require board action. The first is the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting held on December 13th, 2021. May I entertain a motion to approve?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank
And I will
you,
second.
Nalehu, and seconded by Vice Chair. Is there any discussion, any corrections, additions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. All right, the minutes are approved, for the regular meeting held on December 13th, 2021. Next item is the approval of the minutes of the public hearing and the special meeting that we held on January 6th, 2022 regarding, Red Hill. Can I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve. This is Ray.
Thank you, Ray. Any second?
Nalehu, second.
Thank you very much. Is there any discussion?
Chair, this is Jade. I didn't attend the special meeting due to a settlement conference with a judge, so I'll abstain.
Thank you very much, Jade, for letting us know. All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Okay, thank you, and we'll note the abstention by member, Jade Butai. All those opposed say nay. All right, the approval is unanimous, or, the approval is, carried. For the minutes of the public hearing and special meeting held on January 6th, 2022. Next, we have, the adoption of resolution number 933, 2022. This is, the resolution of appreciation for our, board member, our fellow board member, Roger Babcock, who is moving on to bigger and better things, I hear. Roger, are you here with us?
Yes, I am, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us. I know you got a busy schedule. I know you hit the ground running over there at ENV. We just wanted to personally thank you. I hope you guys can all see this. Where I'm going to be sending this to Roger. It's a certificate of appreciation. And I'll just read some of the highlights really quick. So what it says here, whereas Roger Babcock, with many degrees, very impressive, has ably served as an ex officio member of the Board of Water Supply, City and County of Honolulu since February 2021. Unfortunately, he's notified us of his resignation because of his new position. Whereas as Director and Chief Engineer of the city's Department of Facilities Maintenance, Dr. Babcock's prominence in government brought additional recognition and respect to this board. And whereas Dr. Babcock's extensive knowledge and experience as a civil engineer and his insight into operational and administrative issues of managing a city department made him a helpful resource for board deliberations and proceedings. Whereas his accomplishment as a professor in civil and environmental engineering in the College of Engineering and the Water Resources Research Center at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, and his continued involvement with professional engineering organization, strengthened his credibility in a wide range of departmental and community matters. Whereas as a board member, Dr. Babcock supported and encouraged initiatives for programs to further preserve and protect Oahu's precious water resources and he also volunteered his time and expertise to effect business and policy decisions for the board that will impact the direction and operation of this department for many years to come. And whereas his service is a testament to his commitment to maintaining a municipal water system deserving of trust from the public it serves, now therefore be it resolved by the members of the Board of Water Supply, City and County of Honolulu, that we do hereby express to Roger Babcock our deep appreciation and gratitude for his committed service to this board and department. Be it further resolved that members of this board extend to Mr. Babcock our sincere aloha and best wishes for continued success in all his future endeavors. And be it finally resolved that this resolution be presented to our friend Roger.
Well, thank
A big
you.
round of applause.
Yes. Well, yeah, thank you all very much. And the appreciation is mutual. I really enjoyed working with everyone and learning about all the great things that that the board does. I was really impressed with some of the like the leak detection things that I didn't know about, and some really interesting things, and the very well organized organization and board. And it's nice how everybody gets along and enjoys what they do. And you got a wonderful staff to work with and a great manager. So thank you all too for the experience. And I wish I could have stayed longer, but I had to heed the call to come over here to ENV. And but I look forward to continuing to work with the board and especially with the Board of Water Supply and the board. We are all just one city, really. We have to remember that, and we do have to work together. Together we're strong, and individually we're not as strong. So I believe that, and that is one of the mayor's things, is for us to not be silos, to make sure that we're all one team. So I look forward to continuing to work with all of you. Thank you very much for the appreciation.
Thank you very much, Roger.
Thank you, Roger.
We'll miss you, but like you said, we'll definitely all work together. Is there a motion to approve the resolution, please?
I so move.
I second, Jade.
Okay, moved and seconded to approve resolution number 933/2022 in appreciation for board member Roger Babcock. All those in favor say aye.
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 Right, and all those opposed, I'm not even gonna wait for an answer. Thank you very much. Resolution is passed. Thank you again, Roger. Good luck to you. Best wishes.
Thank you, and best wishes to all of you. Thanks.
Thank you, Roger.
All right, let's move on then to our next item. Item number 4 is to determine the role of the board in the update of the Board of Water Supply 5-year strategic plan and creation of a Hawaii Revised Statute Section 92-2.5, subsection B, Permitted Interaction Group. Chair recognizes Deputy Manager Ellen Kitamura.
Good afternoon, Chair Andaya and board members. Sorry, that was such a mouthful, but it does describe what we'd like to do today. As the board letter is indicating, we would like to update our 5-year strategic plan for fiscal year 2023 to 2027, and we are requesting involvement by the board in this process. We plan to reaffirm our vision, mission, sustainability goals, objectives, action plans, and performance metrics. So as before, we had 2 previous strategic plans. The board did create a permitted interaction group and participated in these workshops that were comprised of our senior management team. So these are our program administrators, office managers, and also their assistants to review the plan and to determine if there should be new goals, if things should be revised. So Joy, could you go over to the uh, first, our first slide in the presentation? So this slide describes a permitted interaction group, the HRS that allows it. And I have here in white that 2 or more board members, but less than the number of members that would constitute a quorum can volunteer to be part of the permitted interaction group. So in this case, it would be 3 board members that we would be able to volunteer to form the permitted interaction group. And by doing so, identifying who these board members are, then it allows us to have workshops that do not need to be sunshine. And at the end of the workshops, then the permitted interaction group would create a report that would be submitted to the board with their findings. And then we would wait one month at the next board meeting for adoption. So that would be the as far as the procedure. So Joy, can you go to the next slide? And what this slide does, it shows our planning schedule. So right now in January, we are requesting the formation of the permitted interaction group. Then through February to May, we would like to hold 4 workshops. The first 3 would actually be the workshops that would do most of the work, which would be reviewing all of the material and revising as necessary. And the workshop that is in May may be one that would either be a makeup or we might be just have a few more things to cover. But we're hoping that by April, the draft will be done. We have a stakeholder advisory group meeting that is scheduled for Thursday evening or afternoon evening on the 21st of April. And we would like to present the draft for strategic plan for their review and comment. So in June, then we would have the permitted interaction group report and presentation to the board of the strategic plan. And hopefully in July, acceptance of the report and also the strategic plan. And then going back to the workshops, we anticipate that it would be running from 8:30 to 11:30. So this gives you an idea of the days. And I actually should have put down what the date itself was. So, or the day. So the 18th of February is a Friday. The March 24th is a Thursday. April 18th is a Monday. And May 26th is a Thursday. So I'll be happy to answer any questions, and hopefully the board will be able to take action and agree to volunteer and help us with our update of our strategic plan. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ellen. Are there any questions or comments or volunteers?
I have a question. This is Ray.
Sure.
Can a person attend the meetings but not be on the pig?
I'm not sure. I think I'll have to defer to Jessica on that. Oh, and then one thing I forgot to mention is all of the meetings will be virtual.
The reason I ask is I would love to volunteer. It's up my swim lane. I think this would be exciting, but I cannot be at the May meeting and possibly at the June meeting. So I don't want to participated and not be able to deliver.
This is Jessica. I don't believe you would be able to watch and not be part of the pig, just because you would probably be witness to discussions between the board members that were on the pig, and that would be discussion to you, even if you weren't actively participating in it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, Chair, I just want to say I would love to participate, but I just cannot be at the May meeting.
Okay, well, thanks for letting us know. Let's see what we come up with, and maybe we might still need you.
Okay.
Jessica, I do have a question. Is it possible to substitute pig members like in the middle of the term of the pig?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So we could.
You could probably remove one, but I don't think you could add a new member. I
Oh, you
remember
cannot.
touching on that last time.
So you
Yeah.
can take off a member.
Oh, so you can remove, but you can't replace.
I believe so. I mean,
I see.
when somebody resigns or just not available, I mean, I think that
I
would
see.
be permissible. But I don't believe you can add a member in the middle.
I see. Okay, that's clear. Okay, anybody else?
Um,
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Brian, I have a question. This is Kapua, and
Yep.
so I just wanted to put a plug in. I was fortunate to participate in the PIG the last time we did strategic planning. And I think it was such a great opportunity to learn more about all of the fabulous work that our amazing staff here at BWS do. And so I just wanted to encourage people to participate. I did last time, and so I don't want to, if there's anyone else, especially for newer members, I'd be happy to give folks the opportunity. And I just wanted to encourage people. Mahalo.
Thank you, Coco.
And Dawn also has her hand up.
Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot see the hands. Anyway, go ahead, Don.
Hi, just Dawn. So just wanted to see who was on the actual stakeholder advisory group. That was Charlotte.
Oh, you're on the stakeholder advisory group already.
No, I wasn't sure. I wanted to know the members who comprise the stakeholder advisory group.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I was
Sorry.
I couldn't quite hear. I think it's my headset. So we can send you a list of the stakeholder advisory group. They are comprised of community leaders. We do also have some neighborhood board chairs, some people that are in the hotel industry, the business, agricultural. So it's a wide range of volunteers that have been together with us for quite a while, if anything. Very robust group, very curious, and we really appreciate the support and insights they give to us. But we will be happy to send you the list of the current people that are sitting on the group.
Oh, that's great. Thanks. Sounds like a good cross section.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a wonderful
Thanks.
group.
Appreciate it.
And following up with that, the stakeholder advisory group comments. I do encourage. I think any board member
It's an open public meeting.
can attend.
Anybody can attend.
I'll let Ernie know though, because I think maybe we cannot have more than probably.
More than two, I think.
I think so. Any two board members can go at any time. So just let
We'll be sure, Don, to send out the notices of the meetings, the scheduled meetings. So just let us know if you're interested in attending. It's right now it's virtual. And then if we see that we have more than two board members, we'll let you know, Chair.
Okay. Yeah, I've participated in a few of them. I have definitely not all of them, but I do highly encourage you to participate when you can. If you have time.
You're very welcome. It's a great group of people, and they provide their mana'o and have been helping to help guide and offer suggestions to the board on policies.
Great. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, any more comments or volunteers or for the pig? Do we have to name the members now?
Yes, I think that's the action.
Okay. Okay, well, I mean, I'd love to serve. And I think, let's see. Now, Lena, were you interested in?
Yeah, you know, actually, I had a question. I think I'm on the other pig that has to do with salaries
Mm.
for the chief engineer.
Personnel and succession planning.
Yeah, which we have to get started.
We're working on that. Yeah.
We do, and I was gonna say between that and just some of the ongoing comms work might make it a little tight for me. However, if Ray cannot and and we just we're down a board member, I can take that on if needed.
Chair, you know, the calendar, the dates that Ellen laid out, they're flexible too. If the board wanted to say, have the PIG report or the report submitted a little later or taken up by the board a little later, we can always work with the schedule.
Okay,
That could allow Ray's participation if you wanted to.
Yeah, if I could add, the critical workshops are actually the first 3. So February, March, and April, that's when we're going to actually be doing a lot of the work, reviewing the plans and coming up with the new draft. We kept the May meeting in for kind of for makeup, so it is not as critical. So Ray, if you are able to make the first 3, I believe that's where we're going to be doing most of, in fact, we are going to be doing all of the work. You did mention June.
Yeah, I
my-
can make all 3, and I'm pretty sure I'll be back by June.
okay, okay.
It's just May. There's no way.
Yeah, okay, so May is not as critical. As I said, it's a makeup, and it's more to, I would say, take the comments that we got from the stakeholder advisory group and try to work it in. So like I said, the heavy lifting's all going to be done in the first 3 workshops.
Okay.
And we can share that information to you virtually too by email.
Okay. Okay. Then, Chair, I'm happy to participate.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Ray and then
Yourself.
and then we need one more. So between Nalehu and Kapua, you guys feel free to first to raise their hand. I don't know. First to say.
Raise your virtual hand.
Yeah, I know you have a pretty robust teaching schedule and engagement schedule. So I know if the weekdays are hard for you, then I can take it. Ellen, I might just have to bug you about the 18th of February. That's one day where I just have to, that first opening day, I'm going to be away, but I could probably make the time virtually.
Oh, okay. Well, as manager said, this is flexible. We just wanted to put some dates out there. So if you have an alternate date for February, we can see if that's going to be workable.
Okay, then you can send me up and then let's hurry up over email.
Okay.
After the
Okay,
meeting,
great.
to make sure everybody can clear the
Thank-
dates.
Thank you.
Thanks,
It's
everyone.
a lot of fun. As Kapua said, a lot of work, however, very, very interesting, and you won't get bored, definitely.
Okay, I guess we're ready for, are we ready to make a motion? May I have a motion to approve the formation of the PIG with the members identified, which is yours truly, Raysoon, and Nali Anthony.
I so move.
I second, Jade.
Okay, is there any discussion? Right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
I
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Okay, motion is carried. So the PIG is formed. Then we'll do the communications. I do have one quick question. So Jessica, after each of these meetings, can we provide to the members who are not on the PIG with information?
Yes, you can. You should just present the information and not discuss it. That should happen, I think, at the final meeting when you would like a vote to be taken,
Okay, at least we can keep everybody in the
or at
loop.
least separate. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we can handle the distribution of information to
Okay.
the other board members.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
one
you, Mr.
question.
Allen.
Ellen, can you
Yes.
send us the last couple of strategic plans?
Sure. Sure. I will
Thanks.
do that. Thank you.
All right, if there's nothing further on that item, let's move on to the next item, to the items for information. First is the Red Hill Crisis Communications Update. Chair recognizes Ms. Kathleen Elliott Pahinu.
Mahalo, Chair. Mahalo, Manager, board members, and welcome new board member. Thank you. Nice to meet you. We're just going to give a very brief, high-level overview of some of our communications outreach that we're doing in the event of the Red Hill crisis. I do want to give a big shout out to board members Sprout and Anthony, who have been very helpful in some of our outreach and crafting some of the messaging. As you can imagine, there are a lot of different stakeholders in this issue, and there are a lot of grassroots efforts that are starting to bubble up outside of what we're doing, and that's perfectly fine. So we just want to talk briefly about a few of the things that we're doing. We will, out of our last board meeting that we had in December when all of this was breaking, we talked about doing a community survey. So that is definitely one thing we're going to look at. TV, radio, small space ads, and some social media. Joy, could you please go to the PowerPoint? Thank you very much. Could you please go to the next slide? So as water is life, knowledge is power. And, you know, the more we know, the more information we can share with the community, the more they will feel safe and comfortable that our water system is good, our water is good, and that we, again, also talk about the things that are important to us as an agency. Next slide, please. Our overarching objective is to be the trusted resource. As you saw from our customer survey at the December meeting, we were number 2 as a trusted resource. Obviously, we want to be the number 1 trusted resource, but there is a great deal of trust in the community for what we are saying, especially about Red Hill right now as an agency. Next slide, please. Our overall approach is to provide timely and accurate information and to reach people at different touch points. Not everybody's on Facebook, so we have to be mindful of that. So we will be doing things such as setting up an e-newsletter that we have found works very well for a certain segment of our community. Obviously, we will still be doing social media, but we are trying to expand and make sure that we do reach everybody at different areas. Next slide, please. And again, here are some of the touch points that we're going to be looking at. A dedicated web page. We already set up a special web page on our website. We did that almost immediately from the beginning when this crisis occurred back at the end of November. And we've been publishing our testing results, maps, anything that we get that we believe will be of interest. We just published a resolution that the County of Maui passed in support of removal of the fuel. So anything that we get that we believe would be of interest to the community, we're posting up there. But we want to kind of take that a little bit separate and come up with a dedicated URL that's easy for people to remember and easy to type. So we're working on that. Again, social media posts. We've been working very closely with our marketing agency. And again, thank you to board member Anthony for a lot of his manao on this. We set up a format that's very organized, and then we just put in new copy as it comes through. The newsletter I mentioned, we're going to have a weekly Water Wisdom Wednesdays on Hawaii News Now, and educational information on KSSK. We want to do a small ad. Yes, people out there still read the newspaper, so we still want to do something small in the paper, just directing people to our website. The goal here is to direct people to the website for timely and useful information about Red Hill. And then we are working to develop a speakers bureau within BWS to talk to specific audiences as needed. For example, I've been going to most of the neighborhood board meetings. Ernie works with a lot of the legislators in bigger picture briefings. And you never know, everybody. Be ready. You might be tapped. Thank you very much. And finally, any questions that you might have?
I have actually more of a comment than a question, if that's okay. I really just wanted to thank you, Kathleen, and also Ernie and Erwin too. You folks have just been out there. I mean, this feels like it's been one constant news cycle since the latest spill. And so I just really wanted to recognize and mahalo you folks for your efforts and for expanding in so many ways. I'm really, really excited to see this kind of jump to social media, specifically with respect to Red Hill. I feel like and you know, I've been on the board for a while and I'm always harping on what a great job we're doing on so many things, but people only know about the main breaks. And so it's so cool to see Ernie in particular getting great coverage and national coverage in particular. So I think it's great to see more on social media on that. So thank you so much for all that
Thank you.
Yeah, and just to echo that, you know, I get to chime in every once in a while and sit some meetings, but you folks are out there. I mean, the number of board meetings that neighborhood board meetings you've attended and the info briefings, and just kind of answering the call at every turn. I just want to share my appreciation with Vice Chair Sproat in the amount of hard work. I've seen Ernie at, you know, multiple dinner time info briefings, and so just, you know, mahalo nui for the hard work and for keeping at this. And please make sure that you get some rest somewhere in there. You got to keep your energy up. This is going to be a long haul. So mahalo.
Yes, as Ernie has said, and we love this talking point, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And we all know we're going to be in this for the long haul. He and I are both scheduled to speak at various venues already this week. We have 3 scheduled. If any board member, respecting quorum, of course, sunshine and making sure we don't violate that, but at any time, if any board member is curious as to know what where we're speaking and where we're talking, just give me a holler and I'll send you a list. And just let us know if you do plan on attending, just and we'll make note of that. Thank you very much.
I do have a somewhat of a negative question. We started with a slide that said, water is life, knowledge is power. I'm always cognizant of those who would do battle with us for reasons other than just the protection of water. And so I wonder why we use knowledge as power. I'm not sure that's what knowledge brings us. If that's what it brings us, I'm not sure that's what we should be seeking. I mean, we're seeking a guiding light, right? Or we're seeking common ground, or we're seeking to increase the understanding of those informed as well as uninformed so that we logically come to the same conclusions. So I guess I'm looking for a rationale for why knowledge is power.
Well, remember who we're talking about, who our audience is. Our audience is the community. And I have to be honest with you, it's very interesting how many people don't even understand the basic geologic underpinnings of our island. So for that reason, knowledge is power. What we're doing is providing them with knowledge so they can be more informed and ask the kinds of questions, you know, about Red Hill, about anything on our island, our use of water, not just Red Hill, but anything. And we have found we developed a very short presentation that's very targeted about, you know, our system, about our geologic, how we get our water, what our water system looks like, etc. So really knowledge is power is for the community. So it's more of a community focused thing. That's how I see it. And that's how we're going out, is providing information to the community, to these various groups. And that's what we're getting. A lot of people are calling us saying, hey, you know, we don't know anything about this. Could you come and talk to us? Because we're not aware of these issues.
I don't think I disagree with a single word you said. That's fantastic. But maybe the question is, how are you using this slogan?
Oh, we're not using it except for the PowerPoint. It's not a slogan.
Okay. Then we can drop my concern.
Okay, thanks.
I like the water is life part really, really a lot.
Yeah. And that is one of our Kavai Ola, as you know, is one of our taglines. Yeah. So yes.
Okay, thank you.
Actually,
sorry.
We're going to be focusing on, and we actually have bumper stickers and buttons, guys, if you're interested in any, that says there's no substitute for pure water. And again, I want to thank board member Anthony. He thinks that's a very powerful statement. It's on the backs of all of our trucks. And take advantage of something that we have invested years in. And so we made up some bumper stickers, some buttons, and we're happy to share that with you guys. You can share that with your friends. Thank you.
Okay, is there anything else? If not, Kathleen, can I request, yeah, please send us your speaking schedules. Only because just the other day, someone contacted me, said, hey, you know, Ernie did such a great job with the update. And then I was like, where was that?
Sorry,
No.
I kind of lost track of how many, but we'd be glad to provide a schedule of what we know is coming up.
All right, thank you. All right.
And actually, Chair and board members, if you would like us to maybe share some of the kind of a basic presentation, because if you're asked about it or you know, community requests that you speak for them, we'd be happy to provide you the backup material for that. So just take that as an offer. Anytime, any place, we can help. We're all part of the team here.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. Anyone else on this item? If not, we're gonna move on to item number 2 for information.
Hello.
Thank you very much, Kathleen. Great work. Item number 2 is the recruitment status update. Chair recognizes Ms. Michelle Thomas.
Good afternoon, board chair and board members, and welcome to our new board member. I am here to provide the recruitment status update for the period of October 2021 through December 2021. Joy, can you move to the next page, please? Thank you. For the period of October 2021 to December 2021, we had 6 new hires, 6 promotions, 1 demotion, 2 transfers, 6 separations, and 14 retirements. It is very typical at the very end of the year that we have quite a few retirements. So don't let the 14 retirements alarm you folks. It is something that it has been happening over the past few years. At the end of the year, we have quite a few people who evaluate their life circumstances and determine that it's time to retire. We are in the process of doing a lot of recruitment, as you can see by the next page, which includes all of the different activity that we've had over the last 3 months. As you can see, we've had quite a bit of positions that have been in recruitment, and we continue to recruit actively, both online and through inquiries that are received by the Human Resources Office and the Manager's Office. We have moved to fill as many positions as we can, and we continue to do so. We do anticipate that we move to fill these positions as best we can. If you look at the next graph, you will see that we do have quite a few of our board staff that have or are eligible to retire within the next 10 years. As such, we are moving to continue our efforts in the community, working with schools, as well as doing job fairs in order for us to gain interest. We've also moved to make sure that our website is up to date at all times regarding any kind of recruitments that are available. In fact, we have a job fair that is going to be happening on the 26th, and Ernie and our deputy manager, Ellen, are both going to be tag teaming, working with that recruitment. And so we do hope that we'll be able to get more folks interested in jobs at the Board of Water Supply through that job fair, which will be both in person and virtual. Additionally, you will be getting contacted in the near future regarding the PIG for the succession planning for the manager's position and our critical to fill positions. Other than that, I will take any questions that you folks may have.
Hi, Michelle, it's on. Sorry, I didn't know if I caught it, but what was your vacancy rate? Just curious.
I don't have the vacancy rate up to date at this moment that I can give to you, but I can definitely send it to you folks.
Yeah, Michelle, isn't it around in the 20% range?
Correct. It is around the 20% range, but I don't have the exact figure, so I don't want to misquote that, but I can calculate that as of this board meeting and send that information to you folks through the manager.
Don, what is the vacancy rate at DFM?
40-something percent.
Yeah, wow.
We're hurting pretty bad.
Yeah, I sympathize.
What I would say is that it is natural in any organization to have some vacancy. As you know, positions become vacant at any time depending on what employees decide they want to do with their own life circumstance. And unfortunately, during the pandemic, people are making a lot more evaluations of their own life circumstance at this point. For those folks who don't know, there is a phenomenon that's going on right now called the Great Resignation, in which, due to the pandemic, folks are looking for flexibility and different things within their workplace that will make them be able to cope with the struggles that there are of the pandemic. And Ernie has empowered our office to be more flexible in being able to make the board as desirable as we possibly can, given the constraints of the civil service.
Michelle, are you going to be participating in the job fair on Wednesday? You will be, right?
My staff is going to be participating in the job fair, and so they will be handling the virtual side and all of the programs, paperwork and things like that for Ernie and Ellen, but the mayor has asked that the deputy and manager be the ones available to participate.
In person, yeah.
In person.
Yes. Thanks, Michelle.
But we're always there to support.
So I'll add, yes, I will be at the job fair in person on Wednesday.
Maybe just a comment, not really a question. I was touring a facility with the dean of the engineering school at UH, maybe about a month ago. And, we just struck up a conversation about, what the potential is to try to get into the classroom setting at the college level to be able to engage some of these kids. Back when I was an intern at the Board of Water Supply many decades ago, I know that there were engineering students that were coming through, and I just, I hope that's one of the ways that we can help to find solutions, is to keep smart kids home, get them good jobs, and really just start to tie that relationship up while they're in civil or whatever engineering path that they're in here.
Yes, well, we definitely work with the UH College of Engineering in order to make sure that they're aware that there are opportunities available at the board. And we also have a lot of times where they ask us to be participating in certain programs and job fairs that they have, and we try to participate as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for all the hard work.
Ernie, I have a question.
Sure.
Really is for you.
Go ahead.
We have been pushing forward to accelerate our replacement program, and we continue to want to see that grow and grow and grow. And this report, Human Resources report, is not that dramatically different than it was a year ago, and then it was a year before that. So is our inability to, I know Michelle and her group work really hard on this stuff, but is our inability to ratchet up employment at the engineering level, is that going to adversely impact our program to replace pipes? Or any of our capital programs?
Yeah, so far, Ray, we've been able to get the projects out each year to cover them into contracts and start the projects going for our CIP. So we've still been able to hold up because even though we have a lot of vacancies in the engineer and inspector area and the support technicians or the project coordinator area within capital projects, and we then lean more heavily on the consultant services to help offset that, to be able to maintain delivery of the projects, initiation and delivery. So
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Is that going to, though, change our finances?
It is a little bit more expensive, but we've kind of built that into our budgets to accommodate that. It is cheaper if we had all staff and not use consultants, but right now that remains one of the biggest challenges, finding qualified engineers and qualified inspectors. Everybody's struggling to find that. So in the meantime, we have to get the work out. So we have to utilize consultant services, which is a little bit more costly, not where we want to be, but until we can make some more headway in getting engineers and more engineers and inspectors on the jobs, then I think we're going to be in the state. But, to Na'alehu's point too, we actually now, I think especially our capital projects has to look more at bringing students in, interns, engineering students while still in college, or bringing them in as civil engineer ones, entry-level engineers right out of college, right into the jobs, and utilize training on the job to grow them into these positions that we, because we're still not competitive with some of the other entities that are out there. In particular, I think, and I think Don's familiar, the NAFAC seems to be been able to attract engineers from not only government work, city, state, but also private sector consultants are losing engineers to go work for NAFAC because I guess the COLA, the salary's better. You don't have to put in 60 or 70 hours a week. And they also have some ability to travel as part of their job. So
They're very much
this
open
seems to be
to
more attractive right now. So that's what we're competing against. I do want to say that our City Department of Human Resources is talking about a greater delegated authority to the departments, and that includes Ray. And you're familiar with recruit above the minimum or hire above the minimum.
Right.
So they're looking at delegated authority to allow from entry level step all the way up to mid range, and we look forward to participating in that program. I think that'll help us. It won't be the ultimate solution, but it'll help us. Gives us a little bit more competitive capability.
I think every little bit helps. I'd also want to continue to emphasize that the good work that you guys are doing on Red Hill enhances the aura around the Board of Water Supply, makes it a more attractive place to be. So good job on that score. Good.
Thank you, Ray. It's a team effort. You know, the way I look at it is that the jobs here at the Board of Water Supply, I'm not trying to say that other city departments don't also do very important work to our community, but I'm kind of biased, and I believe that what we do here is so important to the life of our community, the life and health of our community. Because you know, there is no substitute for pure water, and ola i kawai, water is life, kawai ola. So if we can attract people that want to come here for that mission and that vision, then it's a kind of a job that goes a little bit beyond just being a government worker. You're now a servant, you're now taking on this kuleana, this trust responsibility. And I think we need to find the right people that are willing to carry that on. It's important to our future.
Now's the time to capitalize on the esteem in which we're held.
Yes.
You know,
So one thing I just kind of thought about as Ernie, you were saying that, maybe now that we're in the public eye a lot because of, you know, what's going on, maybe can we use these opportunities to, I mean, I know you always talk about our mission and vision, which is fabulous. Maybe, is there any opportunity we can try to recruit?
And it might be as simple as just a short video or recording of what it means to work at the Board of Water Supply and why. And you know, Jacob Aki Lehu arranged a panel discussion with high school students, recent graduates, just in college, across the state. And I was so impressed by their knowledge, by their questions that they asked me. Not easy questions to answer, but I think of, you know, one thing I've seen in this Red Hill situation, even though it's a difficult situation, it's not one that I had hoped that we would be, and something that we could have avoided. But I am just amazed that the situation at Red Hill is resonating even with our young people, even with the Okio, with the Keiki. They're starting to grasp and realize the importance of pure water and what it means to malama that water, to take care of it. So I think what we're building is actually, it's almost like encouraging the development of stewardship, of a sense of kuleana in our people, in our community. That starts at a very young age. And Ray, you're exactly right. We can say you can come and work at the Board of Water Supply. You can be really involved in becoming somewhat of a konohiki for our drinking water, for our vine.
yeah.
I totally agree, Ernie. And I think, you know, a PSA or a short piece would be great, but I also think you have gotten more airtime lately than maybe in all the previous years that I've been on the Board of Water Supply. And I think you should just take every opportunity. You know, when you're talking about this, water protectors needed now. Anybody interested, come and check out our website. We have a ton of vacancies at the Board of Water Supply. Come and join us in our effort to protect our water resources and provide clean water for the future. And I think, and you know, and a lot of the outreach that we do at the law school actually starts in high school, because we find that in undergrad for us, it's too late, right? By the time you're reaching out to people in undergrad, they're kind of set. And so we do high school and even intermediate school. And so mahalo for doing all that extra outreach. I'm so happy to hear about the possible delegation and the opportunity for us to be able to prioritize and do things differently here to address engineering and other shortages. And in doing so, I'd really encourage us to think about how we can leverage things like telework. That's something that we've looked very closely at the University of Hawaii. And, you know, while there's a telework policy for Manoa, the individual schools have some flexibility in how that's managed. And that has been a huge draw for people. There have been, so I would just encourage us to think about that as we're looking at how to attract people. Like it or not, what we have shown over the last couple of years is almost all of us who have the privilege can work effectively from home if given the right support and equipment and different kinds of things. So I'd really encourage us to view this as an opportunity, as in how we can, and moving forward, do things differently and better. And perhaps that will be part of how we attract our next generation of water protectors to the Board of Water Supply.
Mahalo.
All right, yeah, so I think we can definitely incorporate this into our recruiting efforts. Maybe do a video, maybe do a poster. I see that we're doing ads. I saw in a couple of slides. We go maybe work it in there somehow, something like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, great. Anything else with our recruitment status update? If not, thank you very much, Michelle, for the presentation.
Thank you.
All right, next on the item, next item is the status update of groundwater levels at all index stations, and all ready to go is Mr. Mark Chuck.
Hey, good afternoon, Chair Andana and members of the board. Thank you for this opportunity to go ahead and give the status update. My name is Mark Chan again. I'm speaking actually for Barry Usagawa, who you folks are very familiar with seeing. I'm gonna basically jump around this letter that you actually have in front of you. And let's just say it rained a lot in the month of December. It absolutely rained a lot. And so, Joy, if you could jump to the last page of that attachment, we can kind of quickly show that. That top graph shows that the rainfall index for the month of December was 276% of normal. Clearly, it rained a lot. And despite the months before that being a little less than 100%, it still made the 5-month moving average to be over 118%. And in fact, as of January 4th, the Hawaii Drought Monitor showed no dry conditions on the island of Oahu. And of course, then we see the results of that on our pumping. And so if you look at the bottom graph of that particular page, you see that our pumping for the month of December was at 124.31 million gallons per day, which is actually less than last year, as well as the 5-year average. So as a result of all of that, we were pumping less. And so most of our monitoring wells have exhibited increasing head levels throughout the month. It's almost a classic winter season because of all of that rain that happened there. What does that mean for the future? Well, it does. When we look at what the National Weather Service has said, they're forecasting above normal precipitation for January. And in addition, because of the La Nina conditions, they're forecasting enhanced probabilities for above normal participation from the winter months to the spring. So we're hoping that stays true so that we can keep our pumping low. Right now, we only have two index stations that are in the low groundwater condition. And actually, if you look at the charts for both Kaimuki and Honolulu, they're actually on their way up. They've actually gotten out of a condition that they were in. So yes, they're below, but they're actually on the way back up. So we'll continue monitoring that to make sure that the health of our aquifers continues. And I'm open for any questions.
Thank you, Mark.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mark, for the report. All right, moving on to the last item for information is the water main repair report for December 2021. Chair recognizes Mr. Jason Mikado.
Okay, good afternoon, Chair and Board. This is the water main repair report for December 2021. You're going to see a little different format this month. We decided to change it, kind of give a better idea of the trending and kind of what's going on. So you're going to see two charts there. The top chart is the number of main breaks per month and over the last 5 fiscal years. For December, we had 40 main breaks, which is a little bit higher than previous years. But then you go to the bottom graph, which shows the kind of running total for the fiscal year. And you can see we're kind of right on pace with previous fiscal years. So currently we are at 206 main breaks for the fiscal year. Next slide, please. Yeah, the next slide, we have all the main breaks that we had in December. Most of them were small diameter. Next slide, please. Okay, and this is a summary of our leak detection efforts. In the top left graph, you'll see the number of points of investigations, POI, sorry, points of interest that we investigated in each month. And we're kind of switching from our metric from miles investigated to POIs investigated to kind of reflect the fact that we're going as a more satellite-based approach to our leak detection. So in December, we investigated 32 points of interest. And you can see over time, as we've gotten this leak detection, satellite-based leak detection started, you can see the number of POIs steadily increasing. So we're kind of at the point now where our program is kind of mature now, and we've kind of got all the kinks out, and we're kind of progressing nicely. And in the bottom half of the page, you'll see the number of leaks we found through leak detection. And here you can also see the kind of progress we've made as we've implemented a satellite-based leak detection. So the bottom left hand is the number of leaks found per month. And in December, we found 52 leaks, and 41 of them were coupling leaks, and we also had 2 main leaks. And that brings us for a total of 375 leaks found to date for the fiscal year. And in the bottom right, you kind of see year-to-date progress, and you can see we steadily have increased it as we've used the satellite-based leak detection and become more familiar with it. So it looks like on pace, we're going to easily exceed last year's leaks found. Okay. And with that, that concludes the report. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Members, any questions?
Chair, can I make a comment? Chair, board members, I just want to recognize the good work of Jason Nikaido. He is he took Mike Fuke's place as the head of our field operations division, and especially in this area of leak detection, he is together with his team kind of expanding the envelope of the leveraging of new technologies for leak detection and trying to become much more efficient. You can see even this whole remake of the leak report, it's much more informative. It gives you a comparison of trends. So this was all Jason. I take no credit for it. So thank you. Good job, Jason, on this. Mahalo.
Right. I was just going to say, great job, Jason. I really like the new presentation. Great job with the leak detection. I don't really like the 40 main break number, but anyway, we'll deal with that. But great job with the presentation.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, this brings us to the end of our regular agenda. We do have executive session today. Can I get a motion to enter into executive session?
So moved, Mr. Chair. This is not Alejo.
Thank you. Any second?
Don, second.
Thank you, Don. Yeah, all those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. All right, let's take a short recess and then move into executive session. Thank you.